It was a bit awkward. I was a bit shy. Coming into a new household, you're not used to it. Like, you don't know how the people are. I was with my little brother, and you don't know how the people are, so you don't know how to like speak to them. It's just weird. You get put in a room, you're thinking, is this how long am I going to be here for? But then after a while, everyone made me feel welcome. It's really nice. Like, the whole family, not even just Paul alone, the whole family made me feel welcome. So I just felt part of the family straight away. I just look at Paul as my role model. I see how he's achieved loads of things in his life. I've seen how, even though he's a firefighter, he does other stuff outside of firefighting, which is really, really good. I just look at him as my role model, and anything he says to me, I always take it on board, and it benefits me in the future.
A lot of my mentoring comes from actually being a member of my family. Be it nephews and nieces or brothers and sisters, have come to me for different things for different reasons over the years. So for me, it was just an acknowledgement of that, and then saying, okay, well, I can use these skills and qualities in a more official mentoring role.
I don't look massive like the guys I could bench that, because they're on steroids. I don't touch steroids, I don't touch nothing.
Quite good. Back in my day as well, protein shakes was the most you need. Maybe a bit of creatine. It was very, very easy to warm to them, and it didn't take long to forget the term fostering and see Michael and his brother as a member of the family. And my advice for anyone that is either in fostering or wants to support people to foster is to forget the foster term and treat that young person as a member of the family. They may be a different race, different religion, but they're just a member of your extended family. And if you approach in that respect, you will do the right thing.
I've always admired firefighters, and I think it'd be a good career step. Looked at Paul as well, and I've always kind of looked at him as my role model, and he's always told me about the benefits, and so I've always been interested. So it's a good place to start.
Michael's one of these people that can actually turn his hand to almost anything. So the fact that he is interested in turning his hand to my chosen career has always been a plus. There was a time when there was a bit of a fight over you of who was going to manage you. Oh, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Michael's a very, very good footballer, and as you can see, very close to James as well. And there was talk about him either being a professional footballer or talk about him being a modelling career. And one of my younger sisters going, I'll manage him. I said, if anyone's going to manage him, it's going to be me.
was actually really important, because I had come out of doing 3 boys, caring for 3 boys, and being prepared to look after a pregnant teenager, which I hadn't done before, and just looking at all the concerns and everything that we may come across. And so I think for me, it was important that I made you feel comfortable on that first visit.
At the age of 3, my mum was suffering from mental illness, and my dad tried to get custody of me, but it didn't happen, and I've just been in care since I was like 3.
I feel there's still definitely a stigma for children that are being fostered, and I think that some of the children, they look at it 2 ways. Either yes, I'm being fostered, so what? Or yes, I'm being fostered, but I don't want anybody to know, and you must not tell anybody. So both in the eyes of the children that are being looked after and the way that they are viewed by say people in authority then, i.e. schools, GPs, etc., there is still that distinction between the two, and I think part of our fostering role is breaking down those barriers.
In regards of me, I just want to try and be a better mum to my children than what I had.
Okay, so what are you going to tell me? Tell me about last night. And why? I don't know why she wasn't ready this morning.
Nothing, I just went to bed late.
Okay. Fostering is an experience that I wouldn't have got anywhere. I mean, I have worked and I still work in different industries, and the experience I get from fostering cannot be matched anywhere. My thoughts would be for people thinking about coming into fostering would be think about change, coming in with a willingness to change, a willingness to experience things, a willingness to learn as well, because each child comes with different experiences, different issues.
I would always prefer to be in a home environment than in a children's home, because it's children's homes, I really don't like the experience. Like, because I've moved so many times, I always feel that I need to move, if that makes sense. I'm always moving from home to home.
I think it's about ensuring that children's needs are met, culturally, matching as much as possible. And so I do think there is a need for black carers. I think there is a need for young black carers, particularly for our young black men in the care system, and having a father figure, a father role in the system. And I know definitely for the borough that I foster for, there is a need for more male carers. Yeah.
But it all worked out for the best anyway.
It did.
And I'm happy that I met Barbara.
There's a lot of pressure put on young people in today's industry, whether it's education, whether it's about gangs, whether it's about image, peer groups. There's a lot of pressure on them, there really is. And I just think, there needs to be something out there turning that around and showing them a different way. Like there is a different way to life. I mean,
I'd say don't let any reason be an excuse for you not to foster. I think that we do really need more black, in my knowledge, younger foster parents.
I think as a foster carer you do have a lot more clout with certain people, because as soon as you say foster carer, people look at you differently. And there is a perception that they need to be pulling up their socks as well. That's what I've come across anyway. If you go to the GPs, it's the same thing. People tend to bend over backwards for you as soon as you say foster carer. And that works in our favour.
Yeah, I just think that we should, as a community, just come together and, try and help our people, basically.
tend to only hear when things go wrong.
The negative side of
Yeah,
things.
and they're the things that sells papers, and they're the things that get advertised. You don't get to hear of the hundreds of thousands of positive outcomes that come from fostering, because it's not newsworthy.
You can't be negative about the term fostering. Like you got to be positive. And I think when you read in papers, they need to say things like maybe ask like this story, like the story here, or speak to other young kids who have come out of fostering and now they're happy and they've got a good life.
Yeah.
Got a good job and everything's good for them.
Plug the hydrant into the fire engine, fire engine into the dry rising main, and that gives water up those pipes.
Okay.
Then firefighters up in a ladder. I think the system itself it is just, and there's lots of safeguards in place, and there's good reason for those safeguards. What I'd like to see change is to see more black and ethnic minorities taking up a fostering role. What I would hope for things like this project is that we dispel a lot of the fear and a lot of the myths behind it, and just encourage people to, even if they don't take it on fully, explore it, and maybe then support other people that are.
Just give it a chance.
Thank you.